gents. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Oh, look. I have a wire in front of me. If I ping this, will the whole thing fall down? Ready? Ping! That's amazing. What? You're supposed to not speak. Not during my panel, you can't. You're meant to sign. Hung like a donkey. Hung like a donkey. That's not the way that it's signed. It's signed like this. By the way, if you're offended by anything, the exit's there. Bye now. Go. And if you have children here, that's up to you, not my problem, okay? And if they watch Doctor Who, they know a lot more than they should. Right? Right? Right now, I'm boiling hot, so I'm going to reveal what's underneath. Is that okay? So hit the next piece of music because it's so freaking. Come on! Here we go. You ready? Yeah! You've all probably seen it before. I'm naked. Oh my Lord. Woo! I feel like I'm so far away from everybody. I feel like I need to do this. But if I do this, something might fall out. And I don't care. So is everybody from the area? Where the fuck are we?
It's hot.
I know where we are. It's a joke, you fucking idiots. Oh, I stood up too quickly there. I got very dizzy. So, Rochester, can you... It's better if I stand up, right? Yeah. Let me pull over this. Oh, there's a mic here. So, I came in yesterday, obviously. I flew in. My arms are really full. I couldn't resist it. So you guys all drove, yes?
Yeah.
What do you mean this?
We flew and drove.
Okay, special. Where'd you fly from?
Hawaii.
Go.
Oh, aloha. Yes. What the fuck did you come here for? I have done cons in Hawaii before. I want to go back to Hawaii. I want to go back to my little grass shack in Hawaii. I don't know what the word is. What is it? You don't even know either. And you're from Hawaii. You're sad. You're a disgrace to your state. So I fly a lot. You saw that yesterday. In one of the flights, I don't know, did you follow me on social media?
Yeah!
Good. You saw that one of the flights we were landing and then the pilot went whoo, and we went back up again. Oh, no, it's fine. Normally people panic because on the plane everyone's like, ah! I've done that like 5 times, right? And as long as the pilot doesn't come on going, brace, 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 you know you're okay, right? Because the pilot obviously has to throttle forward, take time to get out of the way of whatever traffic he's in. So I'm happy that motherfucker doesn't talk. I'm happy they're listening to the tower going, turn right, equivalent, viva Volvo. And they turn, and then when they get safe, he says, ladies and gentlemen, or they say, or she says, whoever, we're gender non-conforming now as pilots. And they then say, we're landing because we missed the landing because of traffic on the runway. Guess what was on the runway? A deer. Not a deer? Who said a deer? It's O'Hare Airport.
Oh.
Not at O'Hare, they're not, because they shoot those motherfuckers before they come on the runway. It wasn't the TARDIS. No, it was something worse. A Frontier airline. They were late. They weren't on time, and the guy couldn't get the plane off the runway quick enough. So, anyway, but however, having said that, I was on a flight going from Palm Springs to, actually it was LA to Washington, D.C. And, no, LA to, I can't remember where it was, but here's the point. We were somewhere over Chicago, okay? Shut up. And the pilot, I've already said Chicago 3 times and you yay that time? The pilot came on, and this is what you never want to hear on a plane. Boop, boop. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot. We just want to let you know we have a slight problem with the aircraft. I'm like, why do you sound so fucking happy? There's a slight problem with the aircraft, and we're running some diagnostics, and we will get back to you as soon as we know what's happening. So I'm flying with a colleague, and the colleague looks at him, and she's like, is everything going to be okay? And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be fine. We'll be fine. Probably a little problem with the toilets, because I've had that before. Toilet failures, you got to land. Because you can't have a plane in the air where no one can shit. Seriously. Seriously. Anyway, so I'm thinking, yeah, we'll be fine, we're going to be good. And I've got the window right here, and I've got the view of the wing behind me. And all of a sudden, I hear this down the aisle. Flight attendant running like batshit to the front of the plane. And then my friend goes, Are we really going to be all right? I'm like, yeah, we're fine. We're going to be fine. She just had to go to the bathroom or something. Nervous. I said, but do me a favor. You're on Messenger, right? And they're like, yeah. I said, just text Scott, my husband, who's a pilot, a private pilot. Text him and let him know what's happening. And before she could do that, I hear, boop, boop. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain speaking. Just to let you know, we've discovered what the problem is. And we have a slight problem with our flaps. I went, well, that's a euphemism if I've ever heard one. The Captain Jack went into me, I was like standing up going, what's wrong with your flaps? Mine are fine. And it means we may have some trouble when we land to stop the plane. And it might mean our hydraulics are not working. I turn to my colleague, and she looks at me and she says, seriously, are we going to be okay? I'm like, look, just message Scott, tell him there's a problem with my hydraulic fluid in my flaps that need to be fixed quickly, and ask him what the problem with the plane would be. So she's typing, what's the problem? There's something wrong with the flaps and the hydraulics on the plane. Are we going to be okay? Well, he not only messages her back, but texts me back and went, haha, you'll be fine. Haha, you'll be fine. So then we hear this again. The next flight attendant running down to the front, and we hear, boop, boop. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pilot speaking. Just to let you know, we're going to make a landing in Dulles Airport outside of DC because we have to, because it's a longer runway, just in case we can't stop. My colleague says, really? Are we going to be all right? I'm like, yes, we're going to be fine. I turn, look out the window and go, so,
you made it.
We're making the approach. The pilot says, again, beep, beep. I'm like, can you not bing bong anymore? Can you please just say it? Ladies and gentlemen, the flight attendants are going to go through emergency procedures for the aircraft when it lands. Everything should be okay. Keeping in mind we might not be able to stop, so it's going to be a pretty bumpy, rough landing. I'm like, okay, all right. Who should I text first and say the insurance policies are in the drawer? However, we come into land. I'm looking at my colleague. I'm like, we're fine. We're good. I'm shitting myself on the inside. We come into land. It's pretty heavy. And we get down, and all you can hear is... Normally you'd be like, to stop, right? No. Finally, we come to a stop. Everyone at the plane applauds. Like, why? We're alive! Yay! So, all of a sudden, we're surrounded by fire trucks. I know. I know. My brakes overheated. We're surrounded by fire trucks and firemen. And my colleague turns and says, "Whew, we made it." And I'm like, "Yeah, we made it." He said, "What's all the commotion outside?" I said, "I have no idea, but there's about 50 firemen out there." I said, "Open the fucking door, set me on fire, and throw me out now." Can I take this off now? I am so hot. Is that all right? Yeah. Get your last pictures. I will say this, though. It's the first time I've ever performed in a field.
Outstanding.
Fuck off, sister. That's my sister, by the way, shouting and heckling in the back. Otherwise known as the Barrowman with boobs. So, what I like to do, can we take questions from you guys? Is there a microphone for you for questions? Let's give that... Oh, this is going to be the difficult... Oh, here we go. You're going to have a runner? Okay. There's no place to put the microphone, is there? Just to... Actually, come on up here. If you want to ask a question, come here. Come up to... You stay right there. Right on the... Don't move! If you have a question, come up and there's some seats up here. Come sit up there. Yep. Come on, mister. Don't you... You were like, I'm getting out of there in your bare feet. All right. Just grab a seat or sit on the ground. Do something. Don't stand. Sit on the ground so people can see you. There we go. I need a seat. This is so hot. Can you still see me? Yes? Good. Cheap seats. Go ahead. We got a first question.
Okay, so this one's Barrow. So when you first appear on the series, they don't actually mention which playing until you see.
All right.
I have.
Test it. Gosh.
It's called Walgreens for batteries.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so they don't actually mention which character you're playing until you have your first scene with your TV son, Tommy Merlin.
Yeah.
So
you're telling me the story like I don't know.
Okay, so my question for you is, when you signed up for...
Did I know who I was playing?
You know who you're playing.
See that? You know what I did there? I am Captain Jack Harkness. I traveled in time. I knew what the question was going to be. And I came back to answer you. And watch this. Pop goes the weasel. Yes, I knew exactly who I was going to play. The reason... They would never not tell you, because if they didn't tell you, how would you know how to prepare? How would you know how to... the way you were going to play the character or play the scene? That is, yeah, that's, so yeah, there you go. I knew.
Yeah, and you did a great job.
I know.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Whew. Does anybody else die in the heat?
Yes.
Can I ask, it's going to be cooler, so whoever's in charge, can you pull these things down? It'll make me hotter, Nick, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, pull the sides down. Let some air in here. Otherwise, it's like bacon in an oven. Just don't talk about it. Just do it. And if someone complains, tell them I told you to do it.
Right.
He's like, I'm going to get in big trouble. No, you won't, right? In fact, if anybody else wants to just grab a side, pull the side down, just undo it.
Let the wind through, right?
Ha! Yes, next question.
So, you've worked with a lot of doctors. Which one was your favorite to work with?
Who do you think? I never really answer favorite questions, David Tennant, but that's the... I'm soaking wet. If it was RuPaul's Drag Race, I'd say it's sweating. And I'm not saying it. But you all know what I meant, right? All right. Okay, next question. Is this all the questions we had? That's it? How many?
Okay.
One, two, and we go, oh yeah, we got a few. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so you've obviously worked on both American and British channels. Is there any differences between
Catering.
those? Oh,
Catering.
which is better?
Catering. In Britain, they like come up to you with catering, and it's like a crust of a sandwich with one piece of ham in it, and a cup of tea and a biscuit. And you're like, I haven't eaten in 12 hours, and I've also done 4 hours work free for you, BBC. Where is my food? Over in the US, there's like, you go in, it's like a gourmet spread, right? And they have a separate table for like the crew and everything, because they get more stodgy, kind of more, I say more stuff with that's calorific, because they're working a hell of a lot harder than any of the actors. So they get all that stuff, and then you go over to the actors' table, and it's like tofu, carrots, rice, and beans. And even then, some of them don't eat it because they're like, I can't eat. I've got, you know? And you're like, no, you need to eat, because come 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're still filming this sequence, you're all going to be exhausted because you haven't eaten. And that happened a lot. A lot. People like starving themselves. Not on Doctor Who. I'm not, you know, and I'm not being specific, but I've been on shows where people haven't eaten, and it comes 2 or 3 in the morning, and they're going, oh, I have no energy, I need to go to bed, I'm so tired, and they're complaining. I'm like, you should eat your fucking dinner. Right? Yeah. Nothing wrong with eating a good dinner, a good balanced meal, right? There you go. Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Captain.
Hello. I just said hello.
I know. And I know what it means. Dirty bitch.
From all three...
Oh, I said bitch. There's no Haitians in the room because they'll start eating. Too soon? Too soon? What an asshole, right? That's my political moment. I'm done. You all know who I'm voting for, right? Kamala. Go ahead.
From all three of your shows, Doctor Who, Torchwood, and the Arrowverse...
Don't ask a favorite question, because I'm not going to answer it, Captain. Hello.
From your fellow cast members, which would you like to record a duet with?
None of them, because they can't sing.
All of those cast
Are you
members.
kidding? Out of all of the shows?
Yeah.
All right, let me see here. The only one that I have actually sung with professionally was Naoko, because Naoko was in Miss Saigon when I was in Miss Saigon, and she was I think she was the understudy to Kim when I was playing Chris. So we had performed together. The only other person that I've sung with is, not on a professional basis, is Stephen Amell, because Stephen and I like a little bit of karaoke. Particularly when we've had a little bit of fluids. And we've been known to sing a couple of numbers. I'm trying to think if there's nobody else really, because they are really tone deaf. That, and I'm saying this out loud now, if you ever get a Doctor Who, if there was ever a Doctor Who or Arrow like musical crossover, it's all, no. No, thank you. They're all tone deaf. It would have to be auto-tuned, unbelievably. Flash, different story.
Oh, great. Loved it.
Way different story for Flash. I mean, and that was solely because, and I remember when they were doing that episode, I actually went to them and I said, you would be really stupid not to have me in this. And it worked.
Thank you.
Hi.
Big fans.
Thanks, Barefoot Band.
How did it feel when they asked you to come back?
What's your name?
Sal.
Sal.
Yeah, as in Salvatore.
Oh, Sal, hold the microphone in the middle, not at the bottom, because it interferes with the
Okay,
sound.
I got
See,
it.
I got your back there, no battery man.
Thank you.
Yes.
How did it feel when they asked you to come back and have Captain Jack break the doctor out of prison?
I shit myself. I just love it. I love it. I actually, before I get to that question, at my shows, I have someone who signs all the time, and I love watching the signers when I'm singing, and particularly when they sign with the songs and the music, because it's really one of the most emotive things that you can actually watch. And sometimes during the song, I will actually turn and just sing and watch my signer, Claire. So that's why when I say something like shitting, pooping, vomiting, diarrhea, love it. I will never forget that. Thank you. So what was the question? I got it. I think I do. No, what was it? Remind me.
How did you feel when they asked you to come back and have Captain Jack break the doctor out of prison?
I got it! I just been to see Bill Pullman, who was in Torchwood, and Bill was doing a play at the Old Vic Theater, and I was going to go see him. I just went to see him to say hi, and I came out of the theater, and there was a phone call from my manager at the time saying that Russell would like to speak to you, and I said, okay, no problem. Kind of knew something might have been up, but didn't really know what. And Russell said, I just want you to know we would like to bring Captain Jack back, and I'm giving the okay because Chris Chibnall had to okay it through Russell because it was a creation of Russell from his time. And as soon as I was like, he's like, will you do it? And I'm like, do bears shit in the woods? Do deer go on the runway at O'Hare? I'm like, okay. He said, fine, I'll let Chris Chibnall know. And then Chris called me to explain, or it might have been the other way around. I think it was the other way around. Chris Chibnall called first, and then Russell called to explain what was going to happen. And that was when they told me. They said, you know, you'll be in it, and then you'll appear. You'll be with the team first, and then you will go away, but you'll come back, and then there's going to be a big Christmas special, and you're going to be part of the Christmas special. And that was that. So that's how it came about. But I was, yeah, but you're always surprised when you're asked back. So, yeah. Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Barrowman.
Good afternoon, Captain.
On-stage blog. You've had a long career spanning Broadway, the West End, and all the way to television.
Is that a Gen Z way of saying you're old?
Thank you for thinking I'm Gen Z.
I'm being polite.
But there were industry rumors that there was going to be a revival of Torchwood, and that you
don't believe what you read on the internet. Trust me, I've been through a hell of a lot, and what you read on the internet is total crap. So what people are saying about Torchwood, about revivals, about everything, unless it comes from the horse's mouth, don't believe it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So no, there's not. I was using, thank you for the question, I was using that moment to answer both things, if you know what I'm saying, right? Do you want there to be a revival? Well, here's what you have to do. You need to email the relevant people, not just general BBC email addresses, because they have a form letter that they will send back to you to say, thank you for your inquiry. Email Bad Wolf Productions directly.
Do you have a direct email for them that
you can look it up online? Oh no, I've got ice cold water here. Yeah, thank you very much, though.
Ice water, you want one over the top, or are you two more?
Oh God, no! Over the top of me? That's extra. Thank you. That's extra. I'm not Jennifer Beals.
That t-shirt.
God rest her soul. Yes, lovely.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hello, TARDIS.
Thank you.
I've been in you. Yep. Giggle away, baby. It's true. And you are bigger on the inside. Did you pee a little? Thought so. My sister has that same problem. 4 kids. Yeah. 3 kids. Yeah, no, 2 kids. What am I? 2 kids and a... Oh, never mind. 2 kids and a lot of time in a field. Go ahead.
So you're looking forward to your concert, your Laid Bear concert.
I am. For those of you who don't know, after I finish with you guys, I fly out on Monday. I get back to Palm Springs, say hello to my husband, repack my bags, and on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock I go to LAX. I fly to Australia that evening. Wow. And then I'm in Australia till the following Tuesday. There's a TV show that I'm on in the UK called SAS Who Dares Wins that airs on Sunday night, the following, and I'm doing a via satellite link from Australia, and then I come back to Palm Springs that following Tuesday, and I'm there for 4 days, and then we get on a plane and we go to London, and I start rehearsals for my concert tour of the UK, which is called Laid Bear, and it's stories from theater, TARDIS, and all sorts of other TV shows and lots of music. So yes, thank you for the...
What kinds of things do you like to have, like in your dressing room, like comfort foods, that kind of stuff?
Really nothing. I'm not one of those kind of people. It's mostly I think about other people in that aspect. When I was on tour before, if my parents were there, I always had a bottle of sherry for my mother and a bottle of whiskey for my dad. And really, the only thing I like, and you can ask the staff here, bananas. Yes, bananas are good. And the reason being because bananas have like all the nutrition of a meal in it. I don't have things in my dressing room except, my suits and all that kind of stuff. There's no fancy stuff. I don't get M&Ms picked out of a bowl. What a total bunch of... come on. You're a human being like everybody else. And the thing is, half of those people, when they say that stuff that they want, they never use it. Yeah. And it's a waste of money. And I say this because I know one person I was on a TV show, I was on a radio program, and they had to bring in, it was like, maybe like, 10,000 pounds worth of stuff. The person never touched it. And they left, and in fact, they didn't even show up for the interview.
Wow.
And so I went on the radio the next day and tore them a new one. And immediately the PR people were like, oh, because it was one of the biggest radio stations in the UK, and they're like, oh my God, blah, 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 we're so sorry, we'll get them back. I'm like, no, not now. But later that afternoon, the day before, I was also doing a TV show where that same person was on, and they'd done the same thing. And they were over an hour and a half, 2 hours late. So I learned throughout my career lessons from other people about how not to behave. That you are not, if you put yourself in that position where you think, I deserve this, I deserve that, that's some of the suckiest privilege ever that you don't deserve. And also there's people who are probably a bigger celebrity who deserve it way, way more, right? And I'm not saying anybody does, but that's the point, the point I'm trying to make? But I'm trying to think, Carol, do I have anything?
No, but if somebody has, a jelly baby or a gummy.
I am partial to it. I am partial to wine gums and to like jelly baby. Scott, my husband, loves jelly babies. I have eaten far too many of the doctors to, and also. To say no to any other types, but we love candy. We love that kind of. So if people bring us stuff, we're more than accepting. And my sister's also partial to a crunchy bar. So, which I'm really surprised because she was just in Palm Springs when my husband and I went to the East Coast to Provincetown for a little bit of a break, and I left her crunchies. Do you know she didn't eat all of them? I was shocked. I mean, usually she's the greediest bitch on the planet. I saw that. So yeah, so there's no special request. What did you think would be my request?
Maybe like macaroni and cheese.
Well, that's for dinner. I mean, I don't have that. I can't eat before. I eat before, like 2 hours before the show, and then I have the energy to do the show. But no, and then on the way because I have a driver when I'm on tour, so I sit in the back and wave at everybody when they pass. Well, one of the best stories was when I was in the back. I was bursting for the bathroom, and I had one of those hospital things that you pee in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Catheter.
For those of you who don't know, they make one for men that you can like slip it all in and go to the bathroom, and then you pull it out and you can throw it out the window. No, honest to God. I threw it out the window, and then I go on Twitter at the time, not X. I go on Twitter and I look and I'm like, I know who you are. Like, we were just at your concert. We've been following you in the car behind you. We just got sprayed with some of your water that you threw out the window. I didn't have the heart. I'm like, did your car get wet? They're like, no, we're in a convertible. We got soaked. I love my job. No, I'm kidding. They weren't in a convertible. They were. Anyway. Yes, next question.
Hi, Mr. Barrowman.
Hi.
You do a lot of British panel shows.
Yes.
Out of the comedy ones, which ones are like one of your favorite to go on? If you do, you know.
Well, I don't have favorites. I don't answer favorites because one of the things, if I answer favorites at a convention, then when I go to the next one, they say that's not what you said in Rochester.
Okay. How about an anecdote about one of them?
What's your favorite that I was on? You didn't even fucking watch them, did you? You've only watched the clips on YouTube.
No, I watched the whole episode.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
So talk to my hand because the wrist is pissed. You remember that one? What was the other one where I made the Dalek jelly babies? Yeah. What else? So I love panel shows because it gives you a chance to kind of you're being yourself. And also, I can't really see you. And also, you're able to play around a lot more because on panel shows, I hate to tell you, they kind of tell you what angle they're going to go, so you kind of in your head are preparing as you, and it's also very spontaneous, but you still have time to kind of prep before you go on. You're thinking, right? They're going to give me jelly babies. What can I do? Well, Channel 4, you can do whatever the hell you like, yeah. Which is great. Yes?
Hi, John. My name is Nithya, and I have a question that's...
You took your dress off.
Because I changed. I don't know if you can recognize who I am.
You're Donna.
I could be anyone. Any of the companions.
Is the jacket black or brown?
It's brown.
If it was brown, then it's Donna Noble. Yes. And if it's black, it's either Gwen Cooper or it's going to be Martha. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Martha would be red, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, bitches, I know my shit. Is that to describe the attitude? Yeah. So like if I go ha ha. Love it. Where are my friends who are hard of hearing or deaf? Am I allowed to say that anymore? Is there another? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right.
I'm right. Deaf and hard of hearing. Great. Okay. Where are they? Anybody? Oh, love it. No, none of them came in. You're doing it just for me. Fabulous! Yes, go ahead, Nithya.
So my question actually has got nothing to do with any of the popular shows that everybody knows you from. I remember your cameo on Desperate Housewives. And when I watched it, I was like, oh my God, it's Captain Jack! How did it feel changing gears from being on Torchwood and all the other shows before and coming into a set like Desperate Housewives, which is a totally different genre?
Right, but remember, I'm an actor.
Yes.
So, part of my job is to portray other people and represent other people and play different characters, right? So when I was Mark Cherry, who was the creator of Desperate Housewives, Mark was a big fan of Captain Jack and Torchwood, and also watched Doctor Who, and he had lunch with me, invited me out to lunch, and I was about getting ready to do another TV show for the BBC where I went cross country in the first Tesla electric car that was brought out. Yeah. Anyway, no. I have 2 Teslas. They're just, and that was when they had no battery. I mean, literally, you had to stop at Campgrounds of America, and you had to travel. And you were like, it took 12 hours to charge. Yeah. What to do? Anyway, so I had the meeting with him. I had breakfast, and he said, I want you to be Desperate Housewives. Blah 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 blah, and he said at the end you're gonna be an eco-terrorist and you're gonna get blown up. Well, I loved it. I loved the ladies. I thought they were all a lot of fun, and I also Drea Mateo, who was my wife. I don't know if you saw her post the other day.
Yes, I did. That's what spurred me to think of a question.
She said I was the best TV husband she's ever had. And, yeah, well, partially because I know how to be kind and treat women because they're... What? What do you mean?
Sarcasm, darling.
Thank you. When you're playing opposite a leading lady, you give them their moments and give them their time, and they will give it back to you. And a lot of leading men don't understand that. They're like, they're getting all the camera time. No, that's a leading lady for a reason. So.